drinks. Ian Rush? Yeah, and he said if I didn't drink lots of milk, when I grow up, I'm going to be good enough to play for Accrington Stanley. Accrington Stanley? Who are they? Exactly.
What's up guys, Chasing Lame here with episode number 2 of Sunderland Until I'm Sacked. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribes because that all helps me immensely with, stuff. So before we get into the game, as you probably figured from the intro, we're playing Accrington Stanley in the Carabao Cup in today's episode, which is not a bad way to start. Let's go through what's been happening so far. So pre-season, let's forget that happened. Let's talk about though transfers because there have been some big moves in and out. We'll start with the outs because I've got rid of a bunch of players. Work out where we took over or who we got rid of. Jack Diamond's gone out on loan. He's the young left winger who needs to develop, so he's gone to play for Notts County in the conference. Hopefully he'll have a good season, come back looking good. Aidan McGeady has gone to the cold wilds of Minnesota because I needed to get his £16,000 a week wage off the wage bill. He's 34, he wasn't going to play a lot. It's good business. Charlie Wyke has gone to Kilmarnock for the princely sum of £87,000, but I didn't think I was going to get goals out of him, so I thought I'd get rid. And then Conor McLaughlin has gone to join Rochdale on loan for the season. So I couldn't sell him, so we just thought we'd loan him out and hopefully it doesn't come back to bite us. But the ins are where we should get excited. First man through the door was this guy, Elman Abdi, the former Sheffield Wednesday midfielder who's also played for Watford, Udinese and a bunch of other clubs. He's getting on at 33, but as someone I can put up here as a playmaker, he's not too bad. So we're gonna see what we can get out of him. Lord Bendtner returns to Sunderland. Because I needed a striker. He was the best of the strikers available. He's done a bit of a tour in back in Scandinavia over the last couple of seasons. We also saw him in Passport to Poland very briefly last year, but he returns to the UK and he returns to Sunderland. Well, hopefully he'll get a slightly better goal return than he did last time he was here in the Premier League. But a pretty good signing as far as I'm concerned. Cole de Silva, the Welsh under-21 international, formerly of Chelsea and Brentford. A guy I think has got some big potential, can play on either side as a fullback, as a wingback. He's a pretty strong signing, certainly good backup for us, so he's going to be through the door. Nathan Dyer, the former Swansea winger, also comes in through the door. I brought him in, he's 32, but he's got a touch of pace. He is going to be among our best wingers, so definitely a strong move to bring him in. Also coming in was Colin Quaina, which I think is how you pronounce that. He's played for Ipswich and for Huddersfield. German winger slash striker. He's both able to play up top, which in the pressing forward role, which we're using, or out on the wing as a target man, which is also something we could employ if I ever figure out how to make the best of a wide target man. Andre Green comes in as well. 22-year-old English winger, can play on both sides. Really big potential. Released by Aston Villa, he's played for a bunch of clubs, Charlton, Preston, Portsmouth. 63 games in his career, all at championship level or above, so I think he's going to have some big potential and do some good things for us, probably some good business. And the final guy who came in, another winger. I've brought in a lot of wingers to sort of cover the McGeady sale, was Samuel Shashwa, an English winger for 120,000, brought in from Tenerife. Came through the Spurs youth system, moved to Tenerife at the beginning of last season, spent the whole season on loan at Baleares, and they've just sold him to us. But the scouts and the coaches seem very impressed by this guy, so we're going to keep a close eye on what this guy can do. But that's pretty much all the business we've done so far. So let's get into everything. The new tactical meeting screen. We'll not go. You guys, I'm assuming, are playing the game. You can click through that in your own time and see what all the little bits mean. We're just going to make the best of it. It says Bailey Wright would be a better captain than Max Power, but Bailey Wright's not here, so we'll work at that when we do it. We'll make the unfit players available for the under 23s. Not worried about any set piece takers right now. And for the next match only, which I like having as a feature, we will try low crosses. We can always stop trying low crosses if it doesn't work, but we'll see how that goes. This is the team we're starting with today, though. We've got Lee Burge in goal, Dion Sanderson at right back, Jordan Willis and Arbenet Shemajli is going to be the other centre half, with Denny Hume at left back. Dobson and O'Nien start as the central midfield pairing, behind Green, Embleton and Shashwa, with Quaina starting up top. Feeney's going to be the centre half on the bench. Sorry, I just had one of those moments where I realised Lord Bendtner is not on the bench, and I can't remember why I didn't put him on the bench. Lord Bendtner can certainly replace Will Green on the bench. That's a silly decision. Right, let's pay more attention. Right, so Feeney is going to be the centre half on the bench. De Silva, Max Power, Lord Bendtner, Scowen, Abdi and Maguire are going to be the replacements. Bunch of players didn't quite make it into the team. I could have put Nathan Dyer on, but I think Maguire offers us a bit more cover in various places, so he is on the bench for that reason. A very young side with Shashwa and Green on the wings, but we'll see what happens. Jordan Willis will be the captain. We've got to give out a squad number to Samuel Shashwa. He's certainly not having a number 9 shirt because he is not a striker, and that's the rules. Right. Everyone seems fairly familiar with what's going on, except for those 5 players who are confused, and Nicholas Bendtner cannot make his stamina work because he's an old man. But that's okay. It's fine. We'll get through it. We'll get through it together. We're going to make this work, and hopefully this game's running much faster than 20 was, which has been very good for me because it means I've got through a bunch of stuff much quicker. I'm loving this screen, the official Team Sheet WAN Stadium magic. Green starts as expected. I mean, I wouldn't say it was expected. He's a youngster. O'Nien starts. Apparently it's a mistake. We'll see. Glorious day for football, and Matthew Collins there. Can't wait. Reaction to team news showing Seamus Collins his weaker side would limit the threat he poses considerably. That sounds like good advice. I also overhauled our backroom staff. I'll show you after the game. I've overhauled the entire thing. Kevin Summerfield is now our assistant manager. Can I do a pump fists again? I can. Go out there and give these fans their money's worth. We are wearing our sort of dark bluey grey kit, which it's a thing. Loving all the new match graphics. Everything looks good. And Quaina gets us started. And the commentator's ready to go. Skip that too, because that's useless information. We're playing on balance today. We'll go play because otherwise the game just stays still. And Willis picks up the ball early on, puts the ball. I'm loving that they've finally brought back nice grass textures. I know it's such a nerdy thing to care about, but the new grass textures are looking good. We've not seen those since about FM15 quality grass textures like that. The smiley faces are weird. I'm not a fan of the smiley faces or the hearts, so it's going to take me a while to get used to it. We're going to shout some encouragement though and see if that gets the guys fired up. No one's had any attempts on goal yet, so we don't have an XG, which is the other new thing that's been brought in for stats wise. It's the expected goals based on, I think, where you shot from and how likely it was to go in and who took the shot. There's a whole bunch of information that goes into that I don't fully understand. What's also not happening though is any form of goal scoring, much less shots on goal. Any form of goal scoring happening would be desirable at this point, because we've got 20 minutes into the game, we've not had a single proper highlight, and I don't know if I should be switching to more and more attacking thing. You want to replace Andre Green after 20 minutes? I think that's probably a bit premature. We've looked for O'Nien. Embleton's picked up the ball. What can we do from here? We've found Quaina. We'll remember his name. Embleton to Green, who's cut inside. Let's see if he can prove Kevin Summerfield wrong. O'Nien, ball out to Shashwa. Shashwa has options around and plays it back to Dobson. Dobson into Green. Can Green find someone useful? Just finds Dobson. There was an overlap available and no one's taking it. Dobson to O'Nien. O'Nien finally finds the man Sanderson on the overlap, and Green is through. And apparently taking off Andre Green was a good idea 3 or 4 minutes ago, but he's just scored our first goal of the season, his first goal for the club. He scored on his debut, and Andre Green already showing that he could be a quality signing for us. Good work, beautiful through ball there. Green just tucks it past the keeper, nice and easy as you like, and we've made that look very, very easy. Tight offside apparently. I don't think that was tight at all, but wasn't even close to a tight offside. There we go. It's fine. You sure you want to take off Andre Green? I think maybe what we'll do, buddy, is we'll ignore that advice, because that wasn't great advice, was it? Wasn't great advice at all. I think maybe we'll just stick with what we're doing. Ross, see, we can do things like pressing Ross Sykes. If he's an accomplished crosser of the ball, we'll stop him doing it. Just feels like good advice. We already did that, buddy. Let's keep up. Right, Denny Hume throws it into Embleton. Shashwa picks it up. Be nice to see Shashwa make an impact. He's looking like he might do. Tries to run, has a shot, gets blocked, and now they're kind of free to run away, basically. Shimaji has picked it up, though, and Denny Hume can rebuild the attack from here. Back to Shashwa. O'Nien. What can O'Nien do? Can he find someone useful? Finds Embleton again. Embleton, ball to Quaina, which I promise you I'll get right. Hughes there to sweep up. They are starting to close down and press a bit more. Now they're behind. Shimaji forward again to Embleton. Ball forward to Shashwa. Can Shashwa turn and run? He can turn and run. He's beaten his man. He's inside the box. Bit of a Rabona. Denny Hume finds Quaina, and Quaina can't quite finish it. The Rabona was a little bit flash for my taste in a position like that, especially going backwards. Like, it wasn't really even that impressive. Dobson's picked up outside the box though. Finds Sanderson again. Sanderson into Green. Andre Green has another pop, and he can't quite find the net this time. And now they're going to hit us on the counter, and you know with this highlight going on, there's got to be something big happening. Willis is going to get himself sent off. That's going to be a straight red. I'd argue he wasn't the last man, but it's going to be a straight... Oh no, it's a yellow. Jordan Willis giving me a small palpitation there, because frankly that is a silly booking to concede this in a game in this situation. We are dominating the expected goals. We should have scored half a goal by now, and they should have scored 0.06 of a goal, which I don't know how you do either of those things, but you know, stats is stats. Keneally, ball back to Mark Hughes, who shouldn't be playing at his age because he must be nearly 60. Bishop, dink over the top. That's going to be disallowed for offside. Of course it is. Not only was it offside, it was set up by a man who is nearly as old as Jesus. Amazing. He kicked the ball and his foot didn't even touch it. Match Engine could still use a little bit of work. Right, throw in from Sanderson. It's definitely better than it was, by the way, but just saying. Green with with a weird Rabona again to Sanderson. Let's not rely on the Rabonas too much, boys. Let's just try kicking the ball like footballers. Hume, he's picked it up. Hopefully he can lay it off to Shimaji. Shimaji looking really good on his debut. O'Nien, ball to Dobson. Dobson, what can he do? I'm assuming it's his debut. I've never heard of him before, so he must be new. Andre Green, a weird tackle. But Bishop is through to Cassidy. And let's do some defending. Willis just takes the ball without upending the guy for a change. And we're back to Lee Burge. And I promise you I'm not on extended highlights. I am on key highlights. I checked this. I am on extended highlights. I'm sure I checked that. I don't know why that's gone weird. Let's fix that whilst we get through this. Sanderson, ball back to Dobson. O'Nien. O'Nien has a pop and it's just wide. And now we should just see the good parts of the game rather than all the weird, extended, unnecessarily long highlights. Really good defensive performance, which we expected because we know our defence is the strongest part of this team. Going in at half-time with a clean sheet on the books is okay. We've seen Denny Hume getting skinned too often. Well, that's not good. We should have scored 0.79 of a goal by now, by the way, which is slowly catching up with the reality. Dressing room. What are we saying? Go out there and give these fans their money's worth. I did that once, and they didn't really give the money's worth. I think we need some new material, Kev. I'm not going to lie. Maybe we should try actually firing them up. Maybe just a little bit. But it's okay. We are 1-0 up. I don't want to use any shouts because making shouts at 1-0 is always risky. Shashwa with a corner. Over the top. Quaina heads it straight at Nathan Baxter. And that's really come to nothing. Hopefully this is not going to be a counter where they score as Hume heads it to Dobson. Back to Hume. Into Embleton. Dobson again over the top. Quaina's not going to get there, but Andre Green might. Can he skin his man again? Got to be looking for. He's got himself tackled by Maguire, and Pritchard picks up the ball, and we need to win this back as fast as we can. Owakwe gives it away to Shimaji. Embleton over the top. Quaina is there, and that's going to be disallowed for offside because he was in a very different postcode. Very different postcode to every centre half in that team. Nowhere near being onside. That was weak. Okay, we've got 50 minutes on the clock. We're doing okay. No one's playing particularly badly. Dobson could maybe do with a little bit of a kick up the arse, but we can do that now. So let's demand more of him specifically. Why not? It might work. It might not. He didn't get angry at me, so that's probably a winner. We should score 0.88 of a goal by now. That's going really well, the whole counting thing. I'm quite happy with a 1-0 win, if that's how this game ends up, to be honest. I think what we'll do is we'll look at making some subs, though. We'll take advantage of this throw. And Sanderson with a throw to Embleton, to Green, back to Sanderson. Sanderson has it's weird saying English names after spending a year in Poland, even though I bought a lot of English players. O'Nien to Corneli. Mark Hughes with a big hoof up the field, and Shimaji finds eventually through to Embleton. Quaina and Embleton with a 1-2. Green has got it again. Andre Green has been a real threat into Quaina. Back to Green though off the rebound. That's been disallowed for offside, and that's a disappointment. I'm going to take Quaina off because he isn't impressing me right now, and I have Lord Bendtner. I think I'm also going to take off Dobson. I think the wise move for Dobson is probably working out what he's playing. Ball in midfielder, we'll put Josh Scowen for him then. And I think we'll take a look at maybe withdrawing Luke O'Nien in the very near future because he is not having the game of his career, that is for certain. Willis, ball to Green, to Sanderson. If you can find Green again, he'll be doing very well, and Green is there. He's kind of becoming the engine room. Mark Hughes with a header, doing well to leap like a salmon at the age of 142. And Baxter will pick up loose balls like that all day, but he did look terrified when he looked up and saw that Lord Bendtner was chasing him down. You could feel the fear. You could feel the fear going through his heart as Bishop finds his way clear. And that is an equaliser that we didn't want to see. Should have done better, could have done better. O'Nien is coming off. We will send Max Power on because that is what we need right now, is Max Power. Hopefully he can make the difference. Hopefully Willis making the big mistake there as well, which is really disappointing. But you know, we've got options, I guess. We're going to encourage the boys to get back into this game because they shouldn't be anywhere near us on the goal scoring charts. I don't know if we have 5 subs because COVID. I'm tempted to find out. Let's see if we can find out. Yeah, let's try short passing first. And if we get through to extra time, or I don't know if it goes to extra time or just straight to penalties anymore. Let's not take the risk. Let's try and make those changes now while we can. We'll take off Shashwa because he's tired, if it will allow us to do it. Nope, won't allow us to do it. That's fine. We are not replicating the 5 subs thing, apparently. I don't know if that's still a thing or not. It was a thing. Max Power with a corner. Let's head this away. Shashwa is there, but it goes over the crossbar. And really, a winger is not the guy you want doing the heading in a position like that. Willis, though, with a free kick. Maybe we can still build something. Build a late winner. Sanderson back to Willis. Willis over the top. Looking for Lord Bendtner, who is never getting there. Baxter goes for the Hollywood save, completely unnecessarily. And finally gets it clear. Again, didn't make contact with the ball with his foot, but Denny Hume did. He's picked it up. Can Denny Hume do something with it? Willis. Ball over the top. Lord Bendtner can't get there. Denny Hume has come very far inside. Embleton to Power. Bendtner lays it off for Green. He knows Andre Green's the danger man. We've got a bunch of players in there, and Samuel Shashwa is the guy that gets the winner, the late winner, on his debut. Both our wingers have done a wonderful, wonderful job of, making the fans know they are here. And that's a pretty strong start to our time in charge of the Black Cats. Baxter couldn't get near it, kind of had a little bit of a flap, paying the price for his silly Hollywood save earlier, and we have taken a late lead in this game. I'm pretty sure I already told you guys to do short passing. We'll try it again. McConville has picked it up. Let's get this clear. Willis, good stuff. Power. Ball out to Shashwa again. He's through. Shashwa off the post. Shashwa could have really put us home dry, clear and safe, and didn't. They've gone with a very narrow attacking formation, but it's not going to do any damage to us. We have taken the win in our first game as manager of Sunderland. A 1.32 XG total, which apparently is a good performance because our total was greater than our opponent. Good stuff. Samuel Shashwa taking, by the way, the Man of the Match award. Excellent stuff for the young man. Well done, lads. That was a good win for us. It seems like good advice, and it looks inspired and motivated. So we have beaten Accrington Stanley. Who are they indeed? Let's continue forward, and let's see. After a little bit of a cut, obviously, let's see who we get in the next round, because that's going to be useful, interesting information. So here we are, ready to pick up the draw for the Carabao Cup. This is where the big boys go in, as everyone I'm sure is well aware. So let's hit the automatic draw, relax and see if we can get Newcastle straight off the bat. We can't. We're not going to get the big derby first off. Not going to get Oxford, so I don't get to smash Oxford on camera. Not Birmingham, that's fine. I take Grimsby. We're not going to get Grimsby. Shrewsbury or Morecambe? Nope. Give me a good home tie. Portsmouth would have been fun away, but we'd like a good home tie. West Brom, not the one. Bournemouth, not the one, guys, not the one. I'd take Palace, me and the Prophet one-on-one, see what happens. But no, Southend are going there. Fulham and Millwall. It's an interesting tie, but it's not for us. Let's just get ourselves. Leeds would be a good game. I'd happily have taken Leeds, but we're not going to get Leeds. Oh, a bit of a delay. I thought it was going to draw us out. Cambridge away. I like smashing Cambridge. We're not going to smash Cambridge. Leyton Orient would be an awkward away tie. I want something good, something big, not Villa. That wouldn't be ideal. It's not many big clashes showing up, which is probably for the best in the grand scheme of things at this stage. But Sheffield United away would be an interesting one. I've finally got an all Premier League clash. It's the inspiring Sheffield United and Burnley. But who have we got? We've got Carlisle in a sort of localish game at home, which might be good ticket revenues. That's encouraging. We might have to come back for that one in the next episode, but we'll have a little look at how the fixture list shakes out as we confirm Wolves and Middlesbrough. Good stuff. Let's have a look at the schedule, see where we're coming back. I guess we could just come back for that game. That's not a huge issue. I'd like to get a bit of a march on in this series, I'm not going to lie, but we'll come back for the Carlisle game. Playing Carlisle so many times. We'll come back for the Carlisle game, so that will be tomorrow's episode. But I guess this is where we start wrapping up. So thank you for watching as always, guys. I've been Chasing Lamely. You can of course find me on all the socials down below at Chasing Lamely as well. That's Insta, Twitter and Patreon. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, because it really helps people find the channel. And when you're doing a new series, especially on a new game, there's so much competition out there that it's definitely a big deal. Also, let me know if you are a Sunderland fan watching, because it would be nice to get some input on little things, since I can't go and watch the team right now. But yeah, until next time, guys, I have been Chasing Lamely. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all very soon. Have a good one.